Welcome, Gemini, Gemini Sun, fellow Gemini Moons, and Gemini Risings. Welcome to your reading for December 2021. It's funny because it's like I don't want to even put a date on it. So we'll see what that means. We're going to go ahead and get right into your reading. We're beginning with the Mother Mary Oracle deck. Then take a card. And then we'll move into the Tarot portion. And see what's going on. And forget we're moving from your neighboring full moon in Taurus to the Gemini full moon. And I'm sure we'll find out what that means for you within the reading. Okay. We have forgiveness. Forgiveness, you know, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, it feels heavy. You know what I mean? Like maybe I've been having a hard time doing this, or I don't know, there's something just feels heavy about it. Maybe I'm carrying this weight around that simply forgiveness will eliminate. Like eliminate that heaviness within you. So I'm sure it's different for each person. I am willing to release old resentments so that I may enjoy my life. How true. I am willing to release old resentments so that I can enjoy my life. You know, it's like that saying with the poison. All right, we're going to use the Tarot Dreams. You know, and you don't have to forgive. That's up to you. But, you know, I feel like that's probably that weight that I was feeling earlier. Remember, it doesn't always mean that we're like picking up the phone, calling someone and saying, I forgive you. You're just forgiving the situation, the experience, you know, all parts of it yourself. And you're just releasing it. That's really what it is. It's a releasing of it. Okay. Well, hello, Ace of Coins. I kind of feel like that's beautiful because, you know, Mother Mary saying, release this resentment, release old resentments, and boom, here's the Ace of Pentacles that comes into your world. This is what feels like a blessing that comes into your physical world. You know, it can be a multitude of things. It can be an opportunity within how you make your pentacles. You may not see it coming. You know, it's boom, it's the first card. It's like I release old and boom, here's my new. Okay. Well, hello, fast moving energy. Eight of Wands. This can be what I think about, I bring about. And attached to the Ace of Pentacles, that's a good thing. Especially if I'm trying to build my pentacles in any way. It's a strengthening of your physical world. But it's fast-moving energy. You know, we're moving into a universal gear 6, and I do feel that 6 is also very intuitive type energy. Okay. We have an 8. 8 talks about a new beginning. But it also talks about prosperity. And with the 8 of Pentacles behind it, again, it's like extra, what's the word I want to use? Extra security. Extra strength. I know some of you go crazy when like a card pops out a little bit and I push it back in. But you know what? Like one of the things, like one of the rules I've set is that it has to come out, or at least flip itself over in the deck, that type of thing. And I just personally feel something was meant to come out and it didn't for whatever reason. It'll come back out. It'll come back out. I feel like someone's moving from the country into the city, into a city. And it may be due to some type of opportunity. Again, the Ace of Pentacles, like, you know, you have to reach out and say yes. A lot of it's coming from your intent and your willingness. We have the Seven of Cups. Huh. You know, it's interesting because there's a lot of chaotic energy right there. And here I am trying to make a choice in the midst of it. Seven of Cups gets a little bit, you know, it's kind of the energy of like, okay, so here, you know, this here shows this Ace of Pentacles, but how do I trust, right? Because I've taken other aces and, you know, I've found myself on the wrong path. So how do I know? How do I know? Well, how do you know? Number one, those paths that you found yourself on, if nothing else, at the end of that journey, it should have taught you what you no longer want in your life, right? Because if it's something that came to an end, it came to an end for a reason. And that reason, many times, like if I look within it, like at the root, I can almost see how I ended up on this path. Bring that down a little bit. So, what I'm trying to say is I feel like your wisdom, if you trust it, if you believe it, your intuition, you know which cup to choose. And again, I'm saying cup, but it can be, again, something within your pentacles, but it makes me feel like there's a love for it at the same time. All right, we have the Palace of Swords. You know, you live in the Palace of Swords, you better live in your truth, right? In your own honesty. Trust in your own words, right? I feel like by the time I reach the Palace of Cups, I've learned how to communicate, maybe even to communicate to get what it is I need, what I want. And I don't mean that in an ego way at all. Well, I mean, maybe a little, I don't know. You know, but I feel like if I've arrived at the Palace of Swords, I found my uniqueness within this world. And I feel like between the 8 and the 7, it's elimination of certain things. Okay, well, let's keep going. Oh, I see another palace in my hands. We have the Hangman. That kind of puts a hold on that Ace of Pentacles. Like, just wait one moment. And then we have the Palace of Pentacles. You know, for some of you, I feel like, you know, energy's moving pretty fast for you. And it may feel a little uncomfortable, no doubt, but I feel like it's moving you. You know, it's interesting because I feel like first I traveled this journey, and this journey lands me in the Palace of Swords. So in the Palace of Swords, I can look at my previous journey and say, okay, here's what it taught me. First of all, the Seven of Cups, it taught me how to trust within myself, right? If there's a snake hidden in one of those cups, well, I've been there, I've seen it. And I can trust. It's really learning to trust yourself and trust your own energy to feel what's coming towards you, right? Because the Eight of Wands, when I think about it, bring about, but it's also my energy returning to me, so to speak. So I'm learning all that. And through that, I'm learning my uniqueness, my importance, my word, my voice, all of that. I'm finding myself is what I'm doing. And then we move, and it's interesting because I feel like the Ace of Pentacles showed there to bring you into that palace. And I feel like now it's saying, and here it comes again, another Ace of Pentacles. Again, something into your physical world. But look where it's moving you to. The Palace of Pentacles. You know, that's a house of abundance. But let me tell you something. The person or the people living in this palace, they've put in the work. They've kept their intention, like, I want to say, forward. You know, they've done it. And look at this hangman. You know, I feel like what the hangman's doing right now is really seeking the wisdom of my next steps in this physical world with this ace attached to it. Right? It's almost like I'm not moving too quickly. Up here, I was moving quickly. And now I'm not. You know, and it's interesting because I'm not moving quickly here, but then I end up in a palace much quicker. Here, I'm moving very quickly, almost like chaotically. So it puts me in the Palace of Swords. You know, it means it's been a journey of figuring out you, no doubt. So now you're seeking wisdom. And the wisdom becomes your next steps. And I feel like that's why this Palace of Pentacles is here. It's truly the potential of, I feel like, what you can create right now. Let's look at that Eight of Wands above it. What I think about, I bring about. My intention. Taking this, maybe it's a little bitty ditty idea, right? And then growing it into a Palace of Pentacles. It's your intention. I feel like as it comes to, like, say, making decisions, instead of making them out of chaotic energy, move into the hangman, which is more of a calm, taking my time. I'm seeking true wisdom in the I'm seeking an awareness, right? Illumination over my next step. So hangman is not always a block. Sometimes the hangman is needed. Right? It's almost like a consideration of this Ace of Pentacles. You know, I feel like you're definitely the hangman, and because this hangman is absorbing the energy of this Ace of Pentacles. I'm really noticing how this hangman is, like, built, like, very muscular. And seeking wisdom, so, you know, it's like spiritual muscles. Could be physical also. Okay, let's keep going. Keep going. We have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. Coming under the Seven of Cups. Nine of Cups is beautiful energy. You know, it really is where you have found yourself. You know, like, if you were lost, you are now found. And you're now understanding that, you know, without those experiences, you couldn't be who you could be. You know, you couldn't be who you are, but also you couldn't be your potential future either. And now I got to release them. Look at this. We have the Nine of Wands. 2 nines, 99. You know, and someone may be wondering, you know, will I be happy on my own? And again, this can talk about love, though we don't have a whole lot of love here. But we do have the energy of abundance, of the physical, of the financial, all that type of material. But not just material, also the foundation of it, right? A palace. Hopefully a palace is around for a very, 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 like, way past when I'm gone. So it's almost like you're setting roots. And I listen, I feel like there's no way it could come without the time that you have put in. It just doesn't seem possible. And I feel like some of you are in that energy right now of wondering, can I do this, right? Can I do something? Can I take this ace and turn it into my palace? And it does feel singular, because first of all, the nine is about your own independence, right? But this nine is about, I feel like this nine, even though it has the seven of cups above it, I feel like maybe if I need to make a decision and then I do make that decision, I feel very quickly that the Nine of Cups is, well, I feel like becomes you, is you, comes out of you. And the Knight of Wands is just kind of verifying everything I've been saying. It's about how you have grown on the journey. Um, and in this energy, it's also there's a sense of responsibility, whether good, whether not so good, and just it's nines are about the reflection, right? I feel like in the Nine of Cups, I am not bringing any negativity with me. And in the Nine of Wands, I understand the past, and therefore I understand my growth. And I feel like, and therefore you find yourself. A lot of self right here, in a good way. All right, well, Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck, so, maybe the Seven of Swords is what needs to go away. Seven of Swords can be like the thief in the night type energy, the taking what does not belong to me type thing, untrustworthy. It's not good energy to be in, whether it's being caused by other people or whether it's within yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like this isn't long time satisfaction here. These are like maybe short burst. I don't know. So, but what I really feel is more people here are leaving this energy. And listen, I have to say, even forgiving this energy, right? With a purpose, and that is to release it so that, boom, the ace shows, so that you can take this next opportunity and grow it into your own palace. But it cannot come through your own realizations of everything, I guess. Okay. Let me grab a drink real quick. Is it okay to be happy by myself on my own? Yes. Will I be happy? Yes. Let me tell you why. I feel like it's almost like in the Nine of Cups energy. It's like, I'm not saying I don't want love. I'm not saying I don't want love in my life. And I'm open to all that the universe brings before me, right? Because I'm learning, I now trust myself to know what is good, what is not. But I feel like my focus is really on this Palace of Pentacles. The Hangman attached, mirroring the Nine of Wands. So it tells me a little bit of what you're doing in this Hangman, right? When I'm in this position where there's not movement, because I'm looking for, help deciding my next step. And in the Hangman position, interesting, because they're both like very muscular. It's like gymnastics where he's doing that, what do you call those? The two circles. But look at the connection also to above, like as above, so below. It's like the King of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck and he made me look at him twice. We'll see if he comes out. Anyway, bottom line is this Hangman is looking for an awareness, an awakening. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I just feel like it's talking about the instability, maybe, of a home. It can talk about the losses of, listen, this isn't what's coming, this is what was, right? This is where I'm coming from. Almost like there could be, some financial loss. But listen, that financial loss seems to put you on a different path. And it feels good. Some of you may have someone who is like stealing money from you. And, I don't know, maybe they thought you didn't know. Now, this could be also a job. I don't know. It could be many things. But it is now, it's like time to let go of it. Even though I feel like there probably was some suffering with that. You know what I mean? Like, it shook my foundation. And I feel like your guides are like, absolutely. However, it's time now to think about you and your future. We have the Page of Swords. First of all, I just want to say, because we're moving into Gemini moon, right? What you want to think about is your communication. Because there can be a lot of miscommunication, misunderstood words type of thing. So think of your own communication. I feel like someone's like on a fast track. They're like on a fast track. Okay, well, let's keep going. We have the King of Wands. Can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This page could be of younger energy. I don't know why. I feel like this page is on a fast track to building this Palace of Pentacles. And whether I'm that person, but if I'm not that person, I feel like I may miss part of maybe the finances they brought to the home, that type of thing. But yet still, we have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands means that there's a lot of burdens on your shoulders. Or you feel like you're carrying, well, there is that weight. There is that weight in the Ten of Wands, right? Because it's like breaking your back. But in the same time, and I also have to tell you, I feel like this, for some, this may be a time when you had a lot of responsibilities and you're moving, like maybe, a child does leave the home. I feel like you don't really have to worry, because I feel like this child's on a fast track, heading right to the page, or the Palace of Pentacles. So, it's almost like whoever this is, they're also creating a Palace of Pentacles. This King of Wands seems to be, well, it's coming to the Seven of Cups. And this could be the energy of, I feel like the person in the Ten of Wands looking right at this king, almost like it's your reason why I'm carrying all this weight. You may speak that. Maybe you want to speak it. Maybe you should write it. But if you choose to speak it, I feel like understand the energy, like in how, especially in Mercury energy, you can... we have to be careful of communication. Communication can be great, or it could not. So anyway, okay. You know, and it's almost like if maybe I am saying something to someone, but truth be told, like if I feel like this has to be something that has happened like a while back, because I feel like if I, let's say, forgive someone, it's almost like I'm saying to them first how hard that journey was. And again, whether you get the opportunity to say it to them or you're writing it, I don't know if you should like actually say it, but I feel like how you can release it is through your communication. Send a letter in the mail and then let it be. Someone took that Ten of Pentacles away from you. I feel like you have every... Listen, what are you building? You're building better than the Ten of Pentacles. You're building better than, because you're building the palace. You know what I mean? Yes, it may somehow in some way been taken. And, you know, if I'm looking at the big picture, well, that would be the King of Pentacles. I can see, like, you know, the weight this has upon me. Palace of Swords, you have to know who you are in that Palace of Swords. And I feel like the Nine of Wands is just saying what I have learned from this journey, but not just that, how I have grown. How I have grown. Alright, we have a lot of cards. We have the Two of Wands. Well, hello, Hangman. So clearly the Hangman has an awakening and an awareness, knows he or she's next step, because, oh, I'm sorry, it's the Three of Wands, which is movement into it. You know, I feel like that's all the Ace asks, that you accept the Ace, but then put your own action into it. Again, let's not forget about the Eight of Wands. What I think about, I bring about. Three of Wands. This is my you know, this is an optimistic viewpoint, lens, using an optimistic lens to see my future. It's almost like I know my ships will come in, and when they come in, they come in. Three of Wands, I feel like you're allowing yourself to be passionate. As it, again, feels like it relates to your Pentacles. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Two of Cups. Interesting. We have the Moon. We've been talking about Gemini Moon, right? But this can also talk about Cancer Moon. And it's interesting because there are a few who put the Moon in December in the Cancer, sign of Cancer. But I chose Gemini. I don't know. Anyway, this can be a energy of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. What else do we have? We have the Page of Wands. A lot of action going on over here. We have the Page of Pentacles. All right. So it's interesting, we have two pages here with the Nine of Swords in between. Ultimately, what's the energy that's grounding it is the Palace of Pentacles, which means that's what can be. That may be the answer to everything. But we have two pages, and I feel like the pages, of course, it could be lovers, but really what I'm feeling right now, it's more about, you know, if I'm worried about this next journey, let's say, this next chapter, which I don't feel like I need to be. Nine of Swords says it's unnecessary worry. What have I been learning and what am I learning? So the Ace or the Page of Swords is about your communication, yourself, your uniqueness, learning to use that sword to cut ties when ties need to be cut. And you're learning that. You know, the Page of Pentacles is an energy where knowledge is important. Wisdom is important. The Hangman, seeking that wisdom. The Hangman's finding it, by the way. because there's movement all around the Hangman, and it's all positive. However, the Nine of Swords brings us back into our mind. You know, what if it doesn't work out? But what if it does work out? What if it works out better than you could ever imagine? And all that it takes is your intention. What if that could happen? You know, it's showing here that that's what can happen. But it doesn't just happen like as magic, right? We have so much to do about it. We have so much to say about it. And a lot of times it's us, you know, holding, I don't know. Let's just let that go. Let's let that go. Anyway. I feel like I have to look at this Two of Cups a little bit more, you know, because that Nine of Swords is looking right at the Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Two of Cups is soulmate energy. Now it's coming over the Nine of Cups, which is really great energy for the Two of Cups to come in. You know, what it's saying, it's like I've learned how to love me and love my life, and, you know, I've taken responsibility for what, you know, just for whatever. I live my life for the moment. I understand that I'm creating. So in that energy, this is the energy of harmony within, no matter what's going on out there. I feel like the Nine of Cups eventually is attracting love to it. And I think it's kind of beautiful that it's the Two of Cups, soulmate energy. But it's also touching the Seven of Cups. And that's where I'm not really sure what to do type energy. And then I also have that on the other side of it and on the other side of it. We have the Hierophant. Look at that. It's just like believe. Just believe. You know, just believe. I don't know. Is it that simple? That's what I feel like. I feel like, you know, you're busy building your palace. And I feel like, you know, if I can be happy with what I'm doing, no matter what's going on out there, if I can take my wisdom and use it, you know, in my physical world, you know, the Page of Pentacles is all about learning and absorbing. It's funny because the Eight of Wands, you know, like I ask a question, the universe answers. But I can't let the Nine of Swords come in between that. You know, the Nine of Swords it's your energy, and you're really the only one who can see your way out of it. It stems from the Three of Swords. But then it's almost like, you know, it's almost like I'm fine within my Pentacles, but I may put a sense of doom if the Two of Cups came. Like, I don't know. Well, you know, but the Hierophant's saying just believe. Also card of Taurus. It's funny, we have like the Taurus moon. You know, I feel like the Hierophant saying it's important for you to really understand that you can really get through a lot. You think that you can't, but you can. You know, the Nine of Wands versus the Nine of Swords. It's like, I don't know. And I feel like there's a lot more energy of what I can do, what I can manifest versus the past. I don't know if that makes sense, but look at this. Your last card is the Ace of Cups. So, you know, I feel like by the time I get to this Ace of Cups, it's well deserved. The Hierophant saying, just believe it. here is the Two of Cups, right? Where does it show? It shows when I'm in the energy of the Nine of Cups. You know, for some, I feel like it's almost like you enjoy being by yourself so much. You get lost within your creativity that maybe you don't realize, you know, that you have a little bit of this angst. Nonetheless, I don't think it stops it. Before we go, I want to just take a card. Whoa. Okay, well, they're all face up. Okay, I feel like this is going to tell its own little story. Let's not forget the Ace of Cups. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups. Interesting how the Knight is looking this way. The Three, it's like they're looking opposite directions. But they both have like beautiful intentions, let's say. Well, hello, Star. You know, this is your wishes coming true. Why? Because you believed that they could. Because you trusted that they could. You know, this is dreams becoming reality. You know, it's connected right to the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is about some type of cup coming toward you that offers you, what do I want to say? It's a very loving type energy, right? So this could be love that's coming in. And by the way, it's coming over the palace. So again, it's almost like I'm creating this palace first, right? And then boom, the Knight. I kind of feel unaware of it, though, to be honest. Though within the Star, maybe it is what I want to manifest, right? But I want to manifest out of the Nine of Cups energy, and I want what comes back to me, you know, to bring me that Nine of Cups or better. We have the Empress. We have the Nine of Wands again. We have the Tower. And we have the Six of Pentacles. You know, I love the Six of Pentacles over the Nine of Cups because it's very loving and generous type energy. It is the universe of year 6. This can be the energy where, you know, in some way giving to, you know, helping those who need help. It's a very generous type energy, but it's also very loving type energy. And if you're manifesting from that, wow. You know, I think the Tower, you know, normally would kind of scare us, like, why is the Tower here? But I feel like what this is saying, because it's coming over this palace, and I don't feel like a tower can overtake this palace, because I feel like the Nine of Wands, it's a reminder when, you know, if you come across anything that during this next journey, which should be passionate, loving, abundant, I should have started with that, abundant, first. Intuitive, because the Hangman is seeking those steps, you know, I feel like from divine, from the universe. And I feel like as I'm in that energy, it, like, the importance of just understanding how I myself have grown. So I feel like if any tower shows itself, I can overcome it. I can see it. You know, the Empress is becoming a certain energy. She's both gentle and strong. She's creative. Hello. We have the Four of Pentacles. You know, I feel like for some of you, it's about like you're starting something new. You're really starting to build your own foundation. Um, don't distrust energy that where you feel like I want to move into like a certain direction, like something's calling me. In the Page of Pentacles, remember we had that. I want to know, right? It's about knowing. It's a journey of learning, and you know, the Ace of Pentacles is like putting you right in it. Um, so I feel like, you know, don't have any doubt if in some way, you know, I feel like you're just using your experiences to create something. The Empress is very creative, and it's almost like I'm creative from my natural energy, from what I am. And it really must bring a sense of joy. And I feel like from that, like, wow, wow. So I don't know. I just feel like any towers that try to come in, sneak in, with the Queen of Cups under there. For some of you, it could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We saw both Pisces and Cancer. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to pull it too far. I think your intention this, let's just say this month, but I feel like from this point on is everything. So if you're seeking to build that Palace of Pentacles, excuse me, do it. Like, don't let things come before it. You know, it's like get rid of the dead weight. Accept these new opportunities. You know, trust yourself. I feel like don't move too quickly. Again, the Hangman's seeking that wisdom. Should I? Will it benefit me? Will it expand my world? Will it ultimately create this Palace of Pentacles? The answer is yes. You know, I want to look at this tower, and I feel like for someone also, it's like the tower happened, and now maybe I have like 40% less of what I used to have, but it doesn't seem to matter. It's like you couldn't be happier. You couldn't be happier. We have the world. And it's in reverse. So, you know, I feel like simply this is saying the only thing that may stop me from moving forward, having the intention that, you know, first of all, whenever the Ace of Cups wants to come in, it'll come in. I know that. But the more I move into my own creativity, wisdom, create from that, the more abundant I will be, the happier I will be. It's like an inner happiness. And I feel like when you're in that, you can't help but it's like the universe can't help but read that, you know, maybe it's time for the Ace of Cups. Let's not forget it was the last card. So I feel like it's like, here's the Knight of Cups. Do I or do I not accept this cup? I won't, you know, if I don't, it's because of past towers. It's because I'm unsure of where it can go, you know, step by step, step by step. If it's bad, you'll know it, you'll feel it. Trust that. And if you're not sure, it's like step by step. I feel like that's what the Hangman is saying. Like, Three of Wands is like, I want to go forward, but the Hangman is like step by step. I've learned from my experiences, right? And let's not forget we have the Two of Cups, so I feel like there is soulmate energy that's coming in. And I feel like in the Six of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups and the Star, how beautiful. How beautiful. How beautiful it could be, right? So even if I only have, I don't know, 60% of what I used to have, I still feel happier. I still feel happier. And that may be the ticket. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now, but I do want to read forgiveness. You know, it's not always what you think, but I don't know. Let's read. I always feel like these messages are so profound, I don't need to talk. Out with the old and in with the new is the message contained within this card. If you're feeling like you're stuck in a reoccurring bad dream, the culprit is likely contained within stored unforgiveness. Throughout life, everyone has endured painful experiences. You're not alone. However, you do have a choice as to whether to continue suffering from the after effects of those experiences. Forgiveness is the purifying, detoxifying agent that allows you to move forward in a whole new way. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you're endorsing the negative behavior. It simply means that you're unwilling to store the toxic burden of anger within you. And good for you for making this life-changing decision. After all, your anger only hurts you, not the offending person. So call upon Mother Mary for help in releasing old emotional burdens. Dear Mother Mary, thank you for putting your healing hands upon my heart and mind to draw out the darkness of my judgments, blame, and anger towards others. Please help me, beloved Mother, to see myself and all others as you do and be purified in my perceptions. Beautiful. Gonna leave it there. I love you guys. It just seems very, very like lit up. So I'm gonna leave it there. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at the table. Bye-bye.